Guess what? It's Monday. I have a lot to say, so I'm going to try to go really fast. Mindy, awesome is an awesome word, and so I applaud Maggie for using it so often. I think it's because of it kind of being the theme word of the Harry Potter fandom and the fact that I watch How I Met Your Mother way too often that I use that word a lot. And so awesome is awesome. Also, Latin. This pertains to all of you actually, but I will talk about Latin later. Anywho, Maggie, I think the rock stock idea is an awesome idea, especially since 2 out of the 5 of us live in Missouri. So I think that will probably be pretty feasible unless... See, I'm a senior in high school right now, and I really don't know where I'm going to be next year. So right now I think that's a really good, really feasible idea, unless I'm somewhere else. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Lori, we miss you. Come back, please. Jalen, I have a lot of stuff to say to you. So you were talking about the whole Keep Louisville weird thing. That's hard to say really fast. This one time, I was driving to North Carolina for this retreat thing with my church, and my pastor actually went to seminary in Louisville. So he knew all about Louisville, and so we went out to all these cool places because we stopped there for the night. And he told us all about this Keep Louisville weird thing, and I thought it was a really cool idea at the time. And we actually went to, I looked up on your site because I couldn't remember the name of it, but I looked up on the Keep Louisville weird site. And we went to Ear Ecstasy, I think that's where we went. And I didn't bring a whole lot of money because, you know, we were going on a church retreat and I didn't think I needed a whole lot of money, but we stopped in Louisville. But so I couldn't really buy anything, but I did buy Gnome chapstick. If that's not awesome, I don't know what is. And we also went to this coffee shop in the morning with this like giant coffee cup on top of the door. I don't know if that tells you anything, but that was a cool place too. And Pickle Pack. I totally think we should have Pickle Pack freak out. I remember the glory days of Pickle Pack. Sigh. Remember Blickles? Aw, and like where they updated all the time, and Jamie's little like thing of the day. Aw, I love Pickle Pack. Aw. It brings back good memories. Moving on. Latin. Number 1, there is a country with Latin as its official language. It's called Vatican City. Now, I don't know if you could walk up to somebody in the Vatican and be like, Salve, and they'd be like, Salve, and strike up a conversation in Latin. I don't know, but it is the official language. But I think what we're arguing over is the definition of a dead language. Because I've heard some people say that a dead language is a language that does not sort of change anymore, like morph, like there's no word for cell phone in Latin, so it doesn't morph, you know, it doesn't change. And I have heard that as an argument, and I think it's a pretty good argument, but my definition of dead is when nobody knows it, and nobody teaches it, and nobody can read it, nobody can speak it. That's when it's dead. I'm not saying Latin is like in its teens or, you know, 20s or even its midlife crisis. I think it's kind of in the nursing home, but it's not dead. The other funny thing about Latin, you know how they give you like the weird sentences to learn, like when John Green was talking about Toby and it's like, take the pumpkin. It's not as good as that. But they'd be like, Flavius, let's go to the Colosseum. It just made me laugh. Anyway, no new stuff in 09. Pretty sure everybody knows what we're talking about by now when we say no new stuff in 09, so I'm not going to explain that, but I will put a link in the sidebar. I think this project is really cool because I think a lot of people don't understand how consumeristic they are or how much they actually buy. Because when you think about how much stuff you buy that you don't even need, it's ridiculous. Especially people who live in the United States. I think this would be a really hard project to do, and I don't think I would be able to do it, sadly. But I think one of the points that they're trying to make is not that you shouldn't buy any stuff, but be more conscious of what you're buying. And I think Jalen pointed out a really good alternative to buying stuff from big chain stores is to buy local. I know in the summer where I live, I love going to the farmer's market. A lot of times the food is better for you and tastes a lot fresher than it does at a grocery store, at like Walmart especially. And happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Martin Luther King Jr. was, as Andrew Zach put it, one of the world's greatest orators. He's living proof of how one person can make a huge difference in the world. Please take time today to either participate in a community service project, or if you don't have the time, just think about the difference that Martin Luther King Jr. and all civil rights leaders have made in your life. I really like this whole theme week thing. I think we've talked about the Harry Potter Alliance a lot more than we usually do, and I think we should keep it up. So Mindy, don't forget to introduce a new topic in your video tomorrow. Just grab something off the main page of the Harry Potter Alliance, and we'll talk about that for next week. I think that's all I have to say. Oh, I'm not going to put this on, but I will show you my Latin t-shirt. For those of you who don't read Latin, it says, roughly, it says, I have a catapult. If you don't give me all of your money, I'll throw a big rock at your head. And I think it's one of the most awesome shirts ever. Ooh, starting Octavian Nothing. So I hope you all have a fantastic week, and Mindy, I will see you tomorrow.